Welcome to the New York Farm Bureau Video Discussion Starter Series. Today, we will be talking about some tips and techniques to make your lobbying visits with legislators easier, more comfortable, and more impactful. Before your meeting, you want to ask yourself some questions so you can be as prepared as possible. First, ask yourself, why am I meeting with my legislator, and what should be the end result of my visit? It always helps to know what your goals are in order to be efficient in what you are trying to achieve. When going with another constituent, decide beforehand who is going to deal with particular topics. When there are more than two of you, have your game plan worked out in advance. You should know who will be talking about which issues and in what order they will be presented. By doing this, you will all look organized and knowledgeable about the topics that you are presenting. When you're meeting with a legislator on behalf of the New York Farm Bureau, you need to remember that their opinion of the Farm Bureau will be influenced by how you handle the meeting. If the legislator is not available and you meet instead with the staff person, do not be disappointed. Legislators do have busy schedules, ones that can change at any time. Typically, staff people are well-versed in subject matter and extremely influential in the decision-making process. During your meeting, you should be prepared to tell a little bit about the Farm Bureau and yourself. You will have a limited amount of time with your legislator and or their staff, so be prepared to summarize key points. Give the representative the legislative packet that has been provided to you. This packet has materials and information that the legislator and their staff can refer back to at a later time. Decide what you would like to get out of the visit. For example, to get a commitment to support a bill, or simply to provide or gather information. If it is a group visit, decide who will start the discussion and put your agenda on the table. If there are various topics to be addressed, assign one individual in your group to lead off each segment of the discussion. You need to focus and stay within the reason for your visit. Whenever possible, refer to activities and how the issues that occur in the legislator's district will affect their constituents. In many instances, you may be relating some information to them that they obviously are not aware of. Make a mental note of this, writing this down as soon as your meeting is complete, and forward the information to the Farm Bureau staff. Remember, legislators recognize and value your knowledge and insight. You may even invite them to programs or events that you or the Farm Bureau are sponsoring. Perhaps a brief tour of your operation may be more interesting and noteworthy than a meeting at their office. Lastly, be sure to leave a business card or other contact information. There are a few key points to remember when responding to representatives' questions and comments. Be prepared, but don't feel that you need to be an expert. Don't be intimidated or feel uncertain about what it is you're doing. Say what it is you have to say, but as a good mediator, remember that listening is important. If you disagree with your legislator, express your opinion using your mediator skills to present your interests and positions. If a legislator asks for your opinion on other subjects, briefly describe them in the context of your familiarity and experience with them. Be sure to point out that these are your personal opinions and not necessarily those of the New York Farm Bureau. If a legislator definitely strays from agricultural topics, diplomatically bring them back to it. If you're unfamiliar with an issue or do not know an answer to a question, feel free to state this and respond that you will find out and contact them at a following date. Remember, you are there to build a relationship. Relationships are what make and break your lobbying efforts. After your meeting is concluded, you are not done on your advocacy journey. Write a letter thanking your legislator for meeting with you. Include any additional information, answers to questions, or other items that may have been discussed at your meeting. Thank you for taking the time out of your business and personal life to meet with your legislators. It is these activities the Farm Bureau is formed around and exactly where our political power originates. When you have further questions about your advocacy efforts, do not hesitate to reach out to your county manager. We are here to make this process as effortless and as enjoyable as possible.